Hello. This is a class I designed for about half an hour of different postures and exercises that will especially help if you're a runner or doing a lot of hiking. This class is based off of a routine that I've done for nearly a decade on and off, which has really helped keep me injury-free while running and just feeling strong, limber, and good while I continue to do a lot of running and hiking. And this is especially important now that it's cold outside and maybe you're going outside less and doing less extra exercises and cross training, and your body's starting to tighten up more. So especially during the winter, very important to stay limber, nimble, build a little extra strength. All things that yoga can help do for you. So we'll begin at the top of the mat. Feet together. Nice, tall, extended spine. And as we go, remember to inhale in and out through the nose and use your inhale to expand through poses and use your exhale to deepen and sink into poses. Bend into your knees. Inhale the hands up overhead. And exhale, hinge from your hips down into a forward fold with nice bent knees in the beginning here as we're warming up the hamstrings. And then press into your shins and halfway lift. And exhale, step back to a plank. And lower through a push-up, chaturanga dandasana. And roll forward into upward facing dog. Try to roll your shoulders back a bit to open up the chest, actively pulling the mat towards you. And on an exhale, press back down into low push-up. And up. And then press your hips back, up and away into downward dog, where you can, again, bend into the knees a bit to warm up the back of the legs. And then look forward and step to the top of the mat. Inhale, press into the shins. Extend through the spine and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bend into the knees and bring the hands overhead and down through the heart. Inhale the hands again overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step your right foot back. Feet hips width apart, both feet facing forward in a high lunge. Find roughly knee to heel alignment in the front. And bring the hands up overhead, arms next to the ears. To hold for 5 breaths. Press actively down through that back heel a little bit. And on your next exhale, fold the hands, framing the front foot, and step back to a plank again. And then we'll do 10 chaturanga push-ups, lowering down and up. 1, 2. Keep the elbows hugged in. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then lower again all the way down. And then with your hands under your shoulders, next to the chest, inhale and press up into the hands. Open the chest, roll your shoulders back and down, hugging the shoulder blades toward each other in Cobra. And lower down. And press up through tabletop or plank. Pressing the hips all the way back into downward dog. And remember, in downward dog, you want your feet to be hips width or a little bit wider. You want to stay active in your fingers, separating each finger and pressing actively in the finger, the palm, the whole hand to press more of your weight toward the back body, toward the legs. And now gaze forward and step your right foot forward for high lunge on the opposite side. And draw your arms up next to the ears. Next exhale, fold down over the front leg and step your left foot up to meet the right foot in a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale the arms wide and high overhead. And exhale to the heart center. Inhale, bend into the knees and bring the hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step again into high lunge with the right foot back. And then this time, slide your left hand down the back thigh, and then inhale the right arm up and come into a slight back bend. Trying to focus that back bend coming from your thoracic region. And then release the bind with the back hand. Draw the arms up again. And exhale the hands over the front foot and step back into plank. For 10 more chaturanga push-ups. Lowering down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and on the 10th you can lower all the way down. This time bring your hands out wide, just to the outside of the mat, and cup your fingers for a wide-based cobra. On your inhale, press into the hands and lift the chest. And exhale down. Replace the hands under the shoulders. And press up through plank and away into downward dog. And then look forward. Step your right foot between your hands for a high lunge. On the other side, draw your arms up next to the ears. And then slide your right hand down the back thigh. Inhale the left arm up and into a slight back bend from the thoracic region. Sort of correlating with the thoracic spine sort of correlates with your chest and just above the sternum area. And on your next exhale, frame the front foot and step your left foot up to meet the right. Inhale, press into the shins. Halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, the arms wide and high overhead. And exhale to the heart center. Inhale, the hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And step the right foot back again, but this time pivot your back foot so it makes a 90-degree angle with the front heel, but still finding heel to heel alignment and roughly knee to heel alignment in the front foot, the front knee and ankle for warrior 2. Nice straight arms. Stay a little active in your glutes so you can press your hips a little forward to keep the groins open and keep your knee from caving in nicely over the heel. And then on your next inhale, slide your right hand down the back thigh. Come into peaceful warrior. Slight side bend opening through the left side body. Next exhale, cartwheel your hands forward and down and step your left foot back into a plank. 10 more chaturanga push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10th you can lower all the way down. With your hands about under your shoulders, inhale and press into the hands and lift the chest. Hug the elbows in, shoulder blades toward each other, and breathe into the chest. And exhale down. Press up and away into downward dog. And then look forward and step your right foot to the top of the mat. Pivot your back heel for warrior 2 on the left side. Remembering to find heel to heel alignment and knee to heel alignment. Finding a nice balanced position with your torso, not leaning forward or back, but nicely evenly placed over the hips. On your next inhale, slide the left hand down the back leg. Come into peaceful warrior. Draw your breath into the right side body. And next exhale, cartwheel your hands to frame the front foot. And then step your left foot up to meet the right. And forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale now, hands overhead. And exhale to the heart. Inhale again, the hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale. Step the right foot back again. Coming briefly into warrior two. And then straighten through the front leg for pyramid pose. Remembering to keep just a slight athletic bend in the front knee so you're not overextending the back of the knee. And then from here, reach forward with the left hand. And then when you cannot reach further, start to hinge from the hips, grabbing the shin or the ankle or the ground even if you're super low. And then open up through the chest, making a nice line between both arms. And then start to bend into the left knee. Bring your left hand to the about a foot in front into the side of the left foot. And start to raise your right leg up in line with your hips. And maybe raise your right hand up to the sky if you can. And if you're feeling quite balanced, bring your gaze up to the right thumb or ceiling. And then start to slowly bring your right foot back again. Inhale back into peaceful warrior. And exhale, cartwheel the hands forward. And step your left foot back into plank. For 10 more chaturanga push-ups. Exhale down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then lower to the ground. Inhale, press into the hands for cobra. Gentle back bend here. Exhale down. And press up through plank and away into downward dog. And then look forward and step your right foot between the hands. Pivot your back foot 90 degrees for warrior two. And then straighten the front leg. Maybe shuffle your back foot in just a little bit for a better angle for your body. And then start to reach forward and down. And then open up through the left arm. And then bend into the front knee, bringing your weight forward hand just to the outside and in front of the right foot. And then press your weight into the front knee. Lift back leg in line with your hips. And try to balance here. This should really test your balance and also build a lot of good strength around your ankle stabilizing muscles, which is super important for running, especially if you're ever running or hiking on uneven ground with a lot of rocks and roots. Super important to have strong ankles, which we can get from all these exercises that we can do barefoot rather than the handicap of shoes. And then slowly lower your left foot down. Inhale back into a peaceful warrior, opening up through the right side. And exhale, cartwheel your hands forward and step your left foot up to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale. Inhale, the hands high overhead into the chest. And then we'll continue with a few more sun salutations like that, but just a little simplified versions so that we can keep building a little upper body strength with those chaturanga push-ups. Just because a lot of us runners end up neglecting our overall upper body strength. Inhale, the hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then place your hands down and jump back or step back to a plank for 10 more chaturanga push-ups. And then lower all the way down. Press up into Cobra. Then we'll slide your hands a little bit forward and then straighten through the arms and pull the mat a bit towards you so you can feel a little opening in the chest and perhaps stretching out your upper abdomen muscles a bit. And lower down. Press up and away into downward dog. And then gaze forward, bend in the knees, and either step or hop up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. And now we can really flow because you should sort of have the sequence in your head by now. Inhale, the hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, shoot back into plank. And 10 chaturanga push-ups. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower all the way down. Inhale up into Cobra. Exhale down. And press back and up to downward dog. Gaze forward and step or hop up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up overhead. Inhale, the hands up again. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, shoot back to plank. 10 push-ups. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower all the way down. And lift up into Cobra. Hugging the shoulder blades toward each other. Pulling the mat towards you to further open the chest. Exhale down. And press up through plank. And into downward dog. And gaze forward and jump or step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. And exhale to the chest. Just a few more rounds of this heat building and strength flow before we can start to stretch out and wind down. Inhale, the hands up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back into plank. And 10 chaturanga push-ups. Trying to keep your legs and spine nicely in line. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower all the way down. Inhale, press into the hands for Cobra. Slide the hands forward and then straighten the arms a bit for a little bit further of a back bend. And exhale down. Rest for a moment. And then place the hands back under the shoulders and press up and away into downward dog. Gaze forward and hop forward or step to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, the hands high overhead. And exhale to the heart center. Inhale, the hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Place the hands down. Jump back into a plank. 10 chaturanga push-ups. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and lower all the way down. This time with your hands just to the outside of the mat, cupping your fingers. And inhale, press into the hands for a wide-based Cobra. Bhujangasana. Exhale down. And press back up into downward dog. Gaze forward. And step or jump to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale. Forward fold. Inhale all the way up with the hands. And exhale to the heart. And one more round. Doing an amazing job, building lots of strength. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Place the hands down. Shoot back into a plank. For your 10 last chaturanga dandasana push-ups. Lower down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lower all the way down. Inhaling straight away up into that longer armed cobra. The straighter arms in front. Opening up through the chest. And pulling the mat a bit towards you so you can release the upper abdominal muscles. And exhale down. And relax for a moment with your head across your folded arms. And sleeping crocodile pose. And then place your hands under your shoulders again. Press back and away into downward dog. Gaze forward and step to the top of the mat. And on your next inhale, just slowly roll all the way up. With your head and upper neck the last to uncoil. Turn to face you, but stay at the top of your mats. Or you can find a wall to use if you need help with balance as well. As the next 3 postures, we'll be balancing on one foot to, again, really try to work on the muscles that stabilize around our ankles and our knees, all those balancing muscles. So bring your weight onto your left foot and then help your right foot either to the inside of your left thigh or on the inside of the calf for tree pose. And gaze forward and try to find a fixed point that you can gaze at to help your focus and your balance. And then staying balanced on the left foot, bring your right ankle on top of your left thigh for a standing pigeon. And then bend a little bit into your left knee. And from here you can sort of adjust the pose and the stretch you'll feel in your outer hip based on, one, how much you're bending into the left knee, or also you can lean forward and do a part way forward fold here. But if you're still struggling with the balance, I would stay up a bit with your hands at the heart. And then stay balanced on the left foot. Release the right foot, the knee hovering. And then slowly lean forward and kick your right leg back in a straight line with your hips for Warrior 3. Trying to square your hips still to the ground and trying as best you can to make a straight line between your back leg, hips, and your spine. And then lower your right foot back to meet the left. And we'll come into the other side. So bring your weight onto your right foot and help your left foot to the inside of the thigh or the calf. Find your balance. Find a fixed point to gaze at. And have your hands at the heart. Have this in a T to help with your balance or overhead. Whichever you like. Staying balanced on your right foot. Bring your left ankle over the right thigh. Bend a little bit further into the right knee, making somewhat of a shelf for the ankle. And then you can stay here, perhaps trying to slowly lower a bit more into that knee. Or if you're already a bit open, you can start to hinge forward a little bit for a little deeper opening on the left side of your buttocks and hip. And then coming up to standing with the left knee hovering still. And then start to lean forward and kick your left foot up just in line with your hips for Warrior 3, balancing on the right foot. And bring the left foot down. Step to the top of the mat again and relax for a moment in standing position, Tadasana. And then step your left foot way back and come to face the long ways of your mat in a wide-legged position. And scoot your heels out just a little bit further than your toes as well. And inhale the hands out to the side in a T, and exhale, start to hinge from the hips forward and drop the hands down. And then inhale, press the hands into the earth. And halfway extend the spine. And then exhale back down. And here we'll come into a spinal twist. For this, you can either press into the earth under your face and inhale the opposite arm up. Or if you're a little more flexible or want to go deeper, you can grab opposite ankle with your hand and inhale up, whichever is either accessible and more comfortable for you today. So when you're ready, press the right hand into the ground or grabbing your left ankle and inhale the left arm up in line with your other arm. And take a couple nice breaths deep into your chest area. Exhale down and switch hands, either pressing your left hand into the ground or grabbing the right ankle. Wherever you are, press into the left hand and inhale the right arm up in line with your left. Exhale the right hand back down. And then halfway lift and interlace your fingers behind your back. And then inhale, hug the palms towards each other and draw the hands down and back. And on your exhale, fold back down and try to draw the hands up over the shoulders and towards the front. And take some nice deep breaths here into the chest and shoulder area. Trying to see if you can feel the stretch being accentuated by the depth and quality of your breath. And on your next exhale, slowly, gently release the bind. Place your hands on your hips and with that nice straight extended spine, slowly lift all the way up, hinging from the fulcrum of the hips. Pivot towards the front and step back up to the top of the mat. And then bring your feet out to the edges of the mat. You can have your feet facing out a little bit as well. And then slowly lower into a squat here. Balasana with your hands in prayer and your elbows pushing away into the inside of the thighs to open up the groin. And if you can't sit here comfortably before trying to get into this, you can put a couple blocks down or a little stack of books or a tiny stool if you need to be a little bit higher. And then from week to week, perhaps you can try to slowly remove a layer so you can start to sink deeper into a squat as you open up a little bit more. And then release your hands back behind you and lower down onto your bum. Hug both knees in and roll around a bit to massage your back and especially your lower spine. And then bring your legs up and bend back into the knees and reach from the inside of your legs to grab the outside of the foot for happy baby pose. Pulling down on your feet to feel a release and open up in the groin area. can stay here. Again, you can sway back and forth and massage the back. Sometimes you can find a little knotted area to focus on and roll around on, using the ground as a tool. And then release the clasp of your feet and hover the knees back over the hips. Bring your hands out into a T on the ground. And using an activated core, start to slowly lower your both knees over to the left. Maybe helping yourself gently into the spinal twist by just applying a touch of weight on your right knee with your left hand. And then if your neck is comfortable, bringing your gaze over towards the right hand. Trying to keep your right shoulder blade from hovering too far off the ground. Ideally, both shoulder blades will be on the ground. And then again, using stability and strength in your core to support your spine. Lift your knees back up. Reset the hips. And exhale, both knees over to the right. And then bring your gaze over to the left hand if your neck is comfortable to complete the spinal twist. Exhale on a strong core, lift the knees back to center. And release both feet down to the corner of the mat to set up for the final resting pose of Shavasana. Just try to find a nice straight position in your neck, spine. Comfortable position that you can hold for several minutes without any fidgeting, just so you can fully integrate all the exercises we did and find a moment of full relaxation, which is just super rare to be able to do during the day. Here for as long as you need to close the practice.